Dear Grade 12 students, welcome back to English 312. Before I proceed further, I would like to remind you to please get your textbook, notebook or paper, your pen or a pencil, and your dictionary because you might need to refer to it. Today, our lesson will be about problem and solution, Unit 7, and let's see the objectives. The objectives that we will be tackling are as follows. By the end of the lesson, you would have identified the layout and structure of a solution problem paragraph, located specific information related to solutions and problems in context, written essay about problems and solutions about a certain topic. Okay, so first of all, the layout of a solution and a problem paragraph. So when I'm telling you we're going to tackle a problem and a solution, what do you think? What are the things that comes into your mind? I'll give you 30 seconds just to write down what things or how do you think a paragraph when it comes to problem and solution is written. Okay, let's see all together. So problems and solution. Problem, solution, writing first explains a problem, then purpose one or more solutions to that problem. This type of writing often requires more than one paragraph. So when we talk about a solution and a problem, or a problem and a solution to be more specific, is that we usually start with the problem, explaining it, then stating what the problems are, and then the solutions. Now that requires more than one paragraph. So the real or first condition is a useful way to talk about both problems and solution. The event in the if cause is possible or likely to happen. The event in the result clause would logically follow. The real conditions are the most common in writing about problems and solutions. So what we're saying here is that relate it to real life. When you're talking about a problem, link it to real life, state the problem that is more closer to you, and then think about the solutions. So when we talk about a problem and a solution, there has to be a structure. We always know when it comes to writing a report or writing an essay, there is an order in which we follow. So the order for this essay would be as follows. We always start by the introduction. Here, when they said relate it to the real life, give me a background about the problem, state the problem to me, give me general information. Then state the problem. Explain what are the problems. Get more specific. The explanation takes part. After you explain the problems, we usually have a second paragraph in which the solutions are recommended. So here you're telling from your perspective or from the research or from the facts what solutions can happen. In the end, summary and recommendations. So what happens here, introduction, a background of the problem. If it's real life, you do state when it started, how it started, why is it touching you, why is it a problem to you. Then you get to the mean. What is the problem? The solutions from your search. In the end, the summary of the entire thing with recommendations. Okay. So here, usually when we talk about the body, now this is the body as we know. So how do we link it? In order to serve these problems, it usually comes here. To meet this, one answer is a second, third, final answer. In order to overcome these problems, one solution is, one thing we can do is. So here, usually when you're going to write a paragraph tackling the solutions, this is what we write. Whereas if we're tackling the problems, you usually start with first, second, third. Okay, now this is the writing layout. What I want you to do is that I want you to read these sentences, okay? And I want you to I'll give you just a minute, read them carefully, and then I'll give my comment on them. Okay, so this is the writing layout. It's just an example. In the introduction, coronavirus are a family of viruses that gets easily spread among people. Introduction, background information, and then so on you continue. The problem, in the problem paragraph, state the issue and describe it. So what is the problem? Example, coronavirus is infectious disease caused by, and I start mentioning the problems. Solutions. Here I start naming the solutions. So we start by writing, in order to solve the problem you can. If you wash your hands properly, you will. So I'm stating the solutions. Conclusion, you will end it by summarizing the whole thing by asking them to fixate by following the instructions. So you're asking them to focus. In the summary, in the conclusion, in the ending, your main focus of the entire paragraph is mentioned here. If you follow these instructions carefully, you will, and so on. Now, let's actually read the paragraph and try to reorder it based on these. So we have introduction, problem, solutions, conclusion. I'm expecting that you actually noted them down. If you didn't, do note them down. I'll give you another 30 seconds. Now what I want you to do is that I want you to read this carefully for 2 minutes and reorder it. So what I want you to do is that number them 1, 2, 3, 4. And write right next to it, number 1 equals the introduction, body, conclusion. If the body, which part, the problem or the solution. I'll give you 3 minutes to do so.